It is day 4, March 7th. It's my 4th day as a former government employee, and I'm now self-employed, working on my own, doing my own thing, and trying to build my little tiny art business, Blue Cat Studio, from like $1,000 a month to at least $8,000 a month profit, not revenue, profit. So it probably needs my revenue needs to be closer to 10 grand. Whoo! And I have 7 months to do it before my paycheck runs out. So I'm hearing from a lot of people on TikTok. They're like, are you sure you're going to get paid? Well, you got to make sure you tell us. Did you get paid yet? So we'll know next Friday. That's when the first sort of post-employment paycheck hits. I don't know when that's, I just believe it's going to be fine. I promise you I will raise holy HE double hockey sticks if it doesn't happen, but I am feeling pretty good about it. So I'm just going to move on from that. And again, I promise you'll hear if that doesn't work out. Okay, so a couple of lessons learned today and red flags and whatnots. So there's a lot of tactical today. First thing is I did a task that I dreaded first thing this morning, and it got done in 10 minutes instead of an hour. I thought it was going to take an hour, and I was like, well, that was no big deal. Wow. And then I suddenly had this like huge weight like off my back, and I felt so great. And I was like, well, I'm killing it. Good job, Wendy. And so my takeaway was, wow, I keep thinking things are going to be hard, and I keep thinking I'm going to have to scrimp and scrap and work my tail off for every single penny in this business. And maybe that's not the case. Maybe it can actually be easy, let it flow, let it just be smooth, let it not be painful. So that's kind of like my prayer moving forward. And I think also getting the hard thing done first thing in the morning, because then you can just kind of dance your way through the day. So also, if you saw my short reel I posted earlier today, it truly hit me. I'm like sitting there in the parking lot, like at my son's high school. I've just dropped his cell phone off for him, which he left on the school bus. But it's like I handed it off. I sat back in the car and I was like, oh my gosh, nobody cares where I am. I'm not going to be in trouble for not being stuck at my desk. If I want to go to the grocery store and buy myself like a coffee, I can. It was so amazing. It was just like the biggest joyful celebration moment where I was like, oh yeah. It's like I just needed to get out of the house and do that thing right in the middle of the day to be like, holy moly, this is the new world. This is the new way of doing things. Yes. I'm still just like high off of that idea to be like, I'm in charge. I mean, again, I worked from 6:30 to like 9 a.m. this morning. And then I was like, well, shoot, I already got like 2.5 hours in. And again, there's no card to punch because I'm the boss. First red flag of the day. I had three orders for my yard cards. And I could not bring myself to send out the invoices. Now, those invoices probably take 5 minutes at most. And 2 of them were repeat customers, which meant I could just pull them from the list, tweak the things, and poof, send them off. And so they're probably 2 minutes a piece. It was like $125. And I was like, what is wrong with you, Wendy? 3 invoices. And you don't want to send them? Like, you don't want to get paid? So I don't know what that's about. I'm going to have to journal about it because obviously that's a red flag. If you're like a business owner and you're like, my whole goal is to bring in the money, and then you're like, I don't want to send out the bills because I don't want to get paid. Well, okay, we have Wendy doesn't deserve to be paid. Is Wendy not working hard enough? I'm not, what is that? I don't know. I'm going to have to journal on it because I think I need to tear that one apart real fast. Because again, if I have like weird activities like that are going to get in the way of me being able to be successful, then Houston, we have a problem. But hey, I recognized it. I'm aware of it. Remember, that was step 1. We all took the pledge to become aware of our the things that are limiting us. Well, that was one right there. So moving on. Something that came up, red flag, I was talking with one of my accountability partners for a workout thing. And every Saturday in the challenge that we're doing is treat yourself. and I think this is week 4 or 5, I can't even count. I just could not come up with something to treat myself, and I've found that I've had this sort of like reaction to it. I didn't want food. I was very clear. I didn't want food or alcohol to be the treat, but I didn't know what else to do for it to be a treat. Like, does that mean I have to go out and buy myself something? I have too much stuff. So the fact that I'm just like, I don't want to treat myself, that's the red flag. I need to figure that out. Like, again, another thing to journal on. But when I was talking with her, she told me about how she did like a puzzle last weekend, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I kind of just like my mind just exploded, because puzzles are like my most favorite thing. And to me, I've always felt that doing puzzles are like the ultimate luxury, because it means you have quiet, unimpeded, zero obligation time where you can just twiddle away the hours doing something where your brain is working that's fun. And you often do it with a friend and it's social. And I was like, my reward for tomorrow, I have to do it in the evening when I'm done with my party, or even start it in the evening and then work on it Sunday too, when I'm going to take some real downtime. I'm gonna do a puzzle. Now, I'm not gonna commit to like 1,000-piece puzzle. That's insane. But I bought myself like a little 350-piece puzzle from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just, oh my gosh, I finally have a reward that I can look forward to that just like feels like the most amazing thing. So anyway, I just thought I would share that. But again, so we've come up against a couple of like aha moments today, and also a couple of things I'm like, I got to dive in and figure that out, because as we talked about the other day, the only way to gain confidence and move forward and be successful is to tease apart and like address and move through all those things that are limiting you. I'm aware that I have some right now. I don't know the core, and I tell you that they don't feel easy to identify. So I'm going to do the work and then I'll report back. So yeah, today I ran errands and it felt so good. So it's not like I'm not going to be working tonight too and then working tomorrow. So this girl ain't slacking. I'm probably putting in 60 hours this week. It's all good. Bye.